All right, well, good evening, everyone. We will go ahead and call to order what's today's date? September 26th, Parks and Recreation Committee meeting, and we're going to stand for the invocation of Pledge of Allegiance. And Mr. Brown, would you do the honors of the invocation of pledge?
Sure. Father God, we want to thank you for allowing us to make this trip to this meeting today, giving us traveling mercy. We want to bless each and every member that's here. Bless the ones that's not here, Lord. Bless our community. Bless our parks. And bless the people in our parks, Lord. Come in safe and leave safe. We ask in these many blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Charles. All right, so our first order of business is the approval of the minutes from July 25th, 2023. If those were sent to you earlier, if anybody has any revisions, now would be the time to make that as well. You have a motion for approval?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. I have a motion from Mr. Brown. I need a second.
Second.
I have a second from John. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we are unanimous, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 3 absent. Next item on the agenda is public comments. We got anybody here from the general public wanting to speak? Does not appear so. And with that, we will go to our next item on the agenda, which is going to be our park reports. And I believe, Austin, you're going to lead us through each of those reports. I'll turn that over to you.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Yeah, so we've had an exciting couple of months since we've last met, and we'll just start going down the line. We're really making a push to get our pavilion special events, or a special event pavilion rented. You know, the picnic shelters are doing great. The screen porch is actually our biggest moneymaker, believe it or not. But we realized that the pavilion, we could use, maybe it needs a little bit more advertisement or something. So we're making a push, social media. We had a billboard up for a little while, and we've seen good responses from that. We've also created just rental packets for people, so when they come in, they have an inquiry about it. We have rental packets ready to go, hand it off to them. Just some operational issues with attendance as far as tracking overages and shortages, just cleaning up that kind of stuff. Uniforms, I don't want to bore you with all this stuff, but we're really just kind of tightening things up on some of these issues that come with having a bunch of 16-year-old employees. So, and keeping up with the maintenance repairs on the playground. That playground is getting loved. So, we've already replaced a couple of the zip line twice. And the elevator thing is really popular, so we've had to do some stuff on that, on top of a lot of other things. Most of it is warranty stuff, so, that's good. But and we've realized towards the end of the summer as well that the splash pad needs to be closed more than, we were doing it once a month to clean it and pressure wash it. It gets so hot, and that splash pad just never stops running, so we've realized we need to do it more than that. So just stuff that comes with a lot of use. We did Puzzle Palooza again in the same team. Surprise, surprise, won again. These ladies are vicious at putting together a puzzle. It's really a sight to see, actually. The porch pickins have been really popular when weather cooperates. We find that you start to get in July and August. It's again just so hot, so we'll pick them back up once the weather starts turning, as well as the movie nights. Birds of Prey is by far our most popular program that we offer out there. We saw a record number of people in this last one. We estimate over about 250 doing a head count while it was full. And people just really, really love it and really appreciate it. So it's fun to see. We've partnered with DNR, so now if you want to come fish at the Ashford River Park and you don't have the tackle or the any of the equipment, you can come to us at the front office, and we will rent it out to you for you to be able to use while you're out there. Makes it ready to go, and you don't have to, you don't have to get your rig ready or anything like that. It's ready to go. You grab it, bring your own bait, and you get to go put a line in the water. So we're excited with that. Just some numbers for the last 2 months.
Which, by the way, I was out there last night doing a little workout, and there was a guy out there with a cane pole just hammering some brim on the side at about 7 o'clock. Man, he was catching fish left and right, so he was having a good time. It was good to see that. So we're keeping it pretty stocked on the pond side, or
DNR did a survey. We had them out there. They did a survey. They pulled out 5 and 5.5, 6 pound bass. They found pulled out crappie that were about this big.
nice.
They gave us a report in which they suggested that, sorry we didn't bring food.
That's cool. Probably good that
He
you,
was requesting a spread for this
probably good
meeting,
that you
and
probably an idea anyway.
Anyway, so in their report, they suggested that they hold off on the stocking, and not only that, but they also suggested that we open it up to harvesting. So we're working on operational issues with that. Signage mostly, just so that we don't see carcasses in trash cans or floating around the pond, even worse. Stuff like that that's going to happen when we do open it, but we want to be ready for it, so we just want to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row. A lot of just maintenance, just general maintenance, Davis Bailey. We're seeing an uptick in use out there too, which is really great. We started opening up the concessions more frequently. Again, July and August, so dang hot, but we're gonna start, Michael's been doing a really good job working with Dixie Youth up here and the YMCA. The Dixie Youth actually announced to us that they are not gonna be able to have their fall season. So we've reached out with David in the YMCA, and they're gonna fill that void. So they're gonna provide the programming out there, and so we're really excited about that. That's gonna be our first baseball league that we've partnered
Good.
with, and didn't rely on an outside league to come in to do. So that's really big for us. We're really excited about that, and the splash pad as well gets maintained on a. We had the multi-purpose fields lined for football games, with the flag football season, which went really well. The kids loved it.
Good.
Yeah, so it's a big milestone to see some actual organized sports out there. So we're real happy with that. Just some of the things that happened out there. We partnered with District 4 Back to School Bash, where they handed out school supplies, backpacks, that kind of stuff, along with other, community advocacy groups that have come out and reached out to us. The vending machines are a big hit out there. So Rosebrook Park, we're still, maintaining that park, obviously. And we did a survey of all the bridges and boardwalks out there just recently, and so we're in the process of getting costs and putting a plan together to, they were in really good shape. There's just a couple that need a little bit of work done to them, so we're gonna get to them before they get too bad. We've also had a number of nature walks out there, which are very, very popular. A good majority of our programs are maxed out by the time the day comes of the program. Thanks to the hard work of our special events marketing manager. Texas community, we're still, it's under the wing of the Upper County manager, Michael, and working with the community out there to see what the needs are for them. So we're making sure that everything looks good, nice and shiny. Pine Trace, this is exciting. They're starting to clear trees out. They've hit the ground running out there. It's amazing what they've done in a short period of time. So we're currently in biweekly meetings with all the players.
Could we get some pictures next time?
Yeah.
Like you just site pictures showing us what's been done, what's happening, that'd be great.
Sure.
I know
yeah.
we can't always get out there, but it'd be good to just sort of see some.
Absolutely.
Progress would be good. Wouldn't mind having that as things progress too. Maybe just, when buildings are coming up.
Yeah.
That really helps people visualize what really is happening, because that thing's so tucked away, you can't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And really, right now, it's just the trees knocked over, but we'll certainly,
Okay.
as
And I think it's important to be clear, this is a natural park. We're not knocking a lot of trees over.
no,
Don't want people thinking we're clear cutting 300 acres. That's not happening.
we're not. Another reason why I thought maybe we'll.
Yeah. Understood.
Is there any work being done on the Eagle Chandler trail system associated with Pine Trace?
Not currently on the part of the trail that goes around the park, but the Eagle Chandler that is over across near on Marlin Ackerman, Public Works is currently under a project of clearing that out. And I was actually just sent an email out asking for what they think the potential time frame for the completion of that project would be. But they're making really great progress.
Okay. What's like the time frame on that whole trail system? That was in the master plan.
It's really hard to tell as far as connecting everything and the.
What was the question, John? I missed
The time frame for the Eagle Chandler trail system. If that's still.
It's on our radar. But that's a combination of these guys and Public Works, because a lot of that's just going to be Public Works
And town of Somerville.
and town. Yeah.
And the Oak Brook Sports Complex is going to have, a play in that too, because it'll provide that additional access over by the old YMCA property.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things happening all at once, and I think we'll look up one day and we're going to be like, whoa, but right now it seems slow, but big things are happening on Eagle Creek.
It's frustratingly slow, and it's not their fault.
No, I understand all the
Yeah,
moving
yeah.
pieces that come into play with this, especially, with the town and some of the
Yeah.
other things that factor into it. But
I
I
will-
think having all these destination parks and whatnot is fantastic, but not being able to have some sort of connectivity from the upper part of the county to the lower part of the county and
Yeah.
connecting all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
think
so as an example, you know, the Sawmill Branch terminates at the Y.
Yeah.
And then going down to Dorchester Road. That's part of, I asked Jason Caraher in our previous meeting last month where we were with that. They're just about done with the engineering on it to go and take that to the Corps, you know, and trying to get the Corps to permit us on that so that we
Yeah.
can actually do that project and get that done. So things are moving, you just can't see them. You know what I mean? So those things, and not, they're just not moving as fast as we'd like for them to. But that's just one piece of the overall trail puzzle down on that side of
Yeah.
things.
But even, I mean, even more importantly, connecting like the St. George area down to the Somerville area, how, you know, driving up here, you've got, you know, the railroad tracks that basically parallel 78. You know, trying to figure out how we can connect all of these areas to one another. I mean, they seem to have done it in the upstate. They've seemed to do it in other communities around the country where they have these great trail systems.
Yeah.
And like, why can't we do it?
One thing that they've got, like Swamp Rabbit Trail, used
Yeah.
to be a train track that's been closed
Yeah.
out. Norfolk Southern's not closing their
No,
tracks.
I
anytime
understand
soon,
that, yeah.
So-
I mean, I completely understand that, but I mean, just looking at the volume of land that, within the county that,
Yeah.
you know, what can we do to,
Yeah.
so,
You know, and it's a good point. What we've got are maintenance shelves for drainage canals, Sawmill Branch. What they've got is old derelict train tracks, you know,
Yeah.
and so you repurpose those things. Then when we start doing these roads, one of the things in the penny sales tax that we talked about is connectivity in the right places and doing these multi-use paths in the right places.
Yeah.
So those are some projects that hopefully with new funding, we can start
yeah,
hitting on the things that you're talking about.
yeah.
Because it's not necessarily in the budget for these guys
No,
on
yeah.
that type of stuff.
Yeah. But I will say my counterpart with Town of Somerville, it is one of her highest priority projects, and she is constantly asking us about, you know, where we're at on this, you know, especially the Eagle Creek right now. So it's important for the town especially, you know, and we're here to join in that connection of all these trails. I mean,
Okay, thanks.
yeah, absolutely. So we're waiting on a schedule for the contractor, which is also very exciting. And then we'll start seeing movement out at Swan Drive as well. We'll create the most inland access to the Ashley River on the Blue Trail.
Swan Drive's a good example of a very small project that's taken forever.
Yeah.
It's just one driveway.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get it done. But it's happening. It just,
Seems like all these things are starting to come to a head at the same time, which is, I keep using the word exciting, but we're just waiting for 100% plans from HDR. And then, then we can move forward on this project to get the connection between Ashley River Park and the new library across the street. Hopefully, minimal delays.
One of the things I'll add to this for everybody, so y'all are aware, you know, the connection's gonna go under Bacon's Bridge to the library on the other side of Bacon's Bridge Road, and then we also already closed a year and a half ago on 120 additional acres to expand the Ashley River Park upriver. We just closed a week and a half ago on another 110 acres. So now we own about 230 acres on that side of the river where we're pushing further upriver. So this connection here is going to allow us to
right.
make Ashley River Park 300 acres on the Ashley River with the potential to go even further. So
And along the river, yeah.
and along the river. We've got a meeting tomorrow with the Conservation Bank up in Columbia that they may be giving us some matching money to contribute for that purchase, which would be great. We've never had that before.
Great job.
But they're pretty excited about that. So really doing some phenomenal things, and this connection is a huge piece to making all of that really make sense. So staff's done a good job. They've worked real hard on that. And it's just been real nice, you know, getting some ability to do some things. So this is gonna be 10 years from now, we may have a 600-acre park on the Ashley River connected on all three corners of Bacon's Bridge. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity.
You take that and then you take Roosevelt right over there. That's a lot of,
We'll eventually build a bridge, which is going to be a separate project to
Yeah.
Rose Rock. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you, Austin.
Possibly a challenge course.
What's that?
Possibly a challenge course.
Possibly. No. Definitely.
Definitely a challenge course. So the agreements with the YMCA are coming along. Just waiting on the land conveyance, as far as I understand. And hopefully soon I'll be able to show some actual, you know, designs and renderings.
Yeah, I think the Y's meeting about that tonight.
Mhm.
So that'll
Yeah.
be good.
Much needed out there,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Astor Lakes Park. So hopefully by the time we're meeting again, whenever we do meet again, we will have some different A, B, and C plans to show you as far as what Edisto Lakes could potentially look like. So we're really excited about that. I think it could be a really, really, really cool campground out there. Really cool. So we've had, I mean, the amount of programming and events and the reception that we've got from the public has just been amazing. It's called the Adventure Series, the Bees and Pollinators. Yes. So, you know, they've started a series of kind of fun, educational, quick programs for kids. We get a lot of homeschooling parents and kids that come to them, and they're allowed to count it as part of their curriculum. Bees and pollinators, insects, you know, birds, and I mean, man, the kids just love it. It's really cool to see. Our fishing clinics are super popular. They're a lot of fun. We've had a great partnership with DNR, and it's really built for people who have zero baseline knowledge. And so opening up fishing to folks that don't know where to start is just really neat. We had National Night Out at Ashley River Park. We had Sheriff's Office, Animal Control, Emergency Management, Fire, EMS, you name it, had a presence out there. It was really cool. We had a good turnout, and everyone got to bring out all their toys, and there's a good opportunity for a lot of the first responders to be able to explain what they do and interact with the public.
That was a really good event.
Yeah.
I went out to Ashley River Park and the parking lot was packed.
Yeah.
I got one of the last parking places. I got there like 6:15, And the children were all just all over the firemen and the police, and they had all they're putting the helmets on the kids, these night vision goggles, and
Yeah.
man, they were just eating it up.
Yeah.
It was really, really, really good, and the food was good too.
Yeah, that's important. Partner with friends, it's actually this Saturday for the Ashley River Adventure Race. So we made a really aggressive push towards the last 3 weeks of registration. So trying to get those numbers up, but it's going to be a great race. I think it'll be cool. A little bit different than last year. We used to paddle down to Middleton, and now we're going to paddle down to Middleton, turn around, come back to the Ashley River Park, and the party's going to be at the park afterwards. So a little bit different.
We're just doing a circle. We're paddling down to Kings Grant, turning around. Yeah, we won't even go all the way to Middleton.
Yeah.
You said that, but I think you.
Oh, okay. I must have misspoke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just sort of a little past Jessen, then turn around and come back.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got 90 plus people signed
Yeah,
up
that's
right
what
now.
Pam says. We're
We
getting
met
close
this
to 100. That'll be a good crowd.
Yeah, it will be.
It's a really neat race. And so just a recap of our Fun Fin Swim program. I believe last time we met, Colleton had their 2 weeks out there, and we were in between the week of breaking down the pool down at Colleton and bringing it up to St. George Middle. But we're extremely proud of this program. The reception that we received was just off the charts. We had 335 kids who were taught water safety between the two counties. And it wasn't only limited to the two counties. We had people coming from Bamberg County, Orangeburg. We had people coming from all over the place to come and enroll their kids in this program. And, it's can be quite a commitment, especially if you're a parent, because the program was 5 days long. So you're not just making that drive once. Not only that, but we had a couple of parents that came to us and said that watching their kids go through this program motivated them to sign up for beginner swimming lessons themselves. So,
That's great.
It's obviously an obvious statement. If one kid, doesn't run into an issue with drowning, whether it be fatal or non-fatal, then that means this was worth it. So the partnership, it took a lot of people to come together for this. Colleton County Parks and Rec, obviously, Dorchester County, Somerville Medical, Dorchester District 2, YMCA, of course, can't forget about them. Their lifeguards were amazing. Their swim instructors were incredible. So it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to do, and we're hoping to expand it next year to, possibly 2 locations in each county. But South Carolina is the ninth highest in the U.S. for pediatric drownings, and it's the number one. Cause of fatalities from kids 1 to 4 years old, and then number 4 for kids up to age 14. So it's very important. It's a very important program. We actually had some families do the program in Colleton County and then sign up again for it in Dorchester County. just our campaign. We had Rob Fowler come out. We were hoping he was going to do a weather update out there, but he was very gracious with his time and came out and did a quick spot on us, as well as many other news segments and Post and Courier and Eagle Record. So took seven organizations to come together, and everyone brought their own piece to the pie. And I don't have to tell y'all how hard it is to get 7 organizations to do anything. So this was a huge success in our eyes.
It's good to know. Nice for everybody involved to get that learning chance
Yeah.
for safety.
I don't know how true this is, but I was told that this was the third pool of its kind that is able to be broken down and moved like that. The first one being in the 70s in urban LA area, and then Charleston County, of course, started the program probably about 10 years ago. And then Colleton County went to the same gentleman that built that pool for them and purchased it before the pandemic. And then, everything and so they've been sitting on that pool for about 4 years now. And so, and they're a small department too. We're a small department, but together we can make it work,
Scott Bering on county council over there really pushed on
Mhm.
that. He got elected, and they've just been sitting on it.
Mhm.
He's like, we got a pool, we need to figure out how to use it, and that they started reaching out. A lot of good feedback from college and from folks up here. This was a big win to work together on that stuff, so
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody getting that done.
So
Like you
just-
said, if it saves one life, it's a
Yeah.
plus.
That's
And
right.
every other one after that.
It was really cool to see. You would see kids that were taller than me who were, when they saw that pool, their eyes were just, and to get into the pool, they were obviously very uncomfortable. And then by the end of, by 1 or 2 sessions, you couldn't get them out of the pool. And so if it keeps one kid from panicking
Panicking, right?
when they get in the water, then, they're not gonna be swimming laps after that program. But if they don't panic, and they can get their feet down under them, and they can get out, that's a win. So,
Like you saying, getting the fear of the water away from them.
right. Kids love it. Anyway, so we've been assisting with other stuff around the county, ribbon cuttings, and then, of course, tropical storm, that took a week of our life and of setup or prep and cleanup and getting back open. But we were able to get open pretty quickly. We only lost a day, I think. We were open about halfway through that Thursday after the storm passed through. So I got to Rosebrook early in the morning, and there's already cars parked on the side of the road trying to use it. So, it was obviously, it's very important. You guys know how the weather is after a hurricane comes through. It's gorgeous.
It's
so
beautiful. Everybody wants to
Everybody wants to go outside. So that's why we hit the ground running and we get to work, and we want to open up as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And we did I think we did pretty good with that on this storm. Luckily, it wasn't too much of an event, so there wasn't a whole lot to do besides cleanup. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about anything, I'd be happy to.
It's exciting to see our programs growing the way they are.
Yeah, we had to get Pam help. So
One question also, you ever stock that pond at Davis and Bailey Park, the fish?
They had probably over a year ago, but I don't know if they kept doing it. But we can reach out to them. They'd be happy to come out and stock it.
You gotta go through a line in there to see if you can find it.
Yeah,
Would-
let's go try it.
How deep is that thing?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
Is it 6 or 7? I mean, then,
Much deeper than that. Plenty deep.
is there any reason we wouldn't just have DNR on the regular, keeping that thing stopped? Just to make sure, I mean.
Now, they'll do it
people
for free
use
as long as we do it on their time frame.
Yeah, I don't see any,
I can reach back out to them and,
okay, yeah, let's do that.
Good comment.
you know, maybe they'll even throw their boat in and do a survey that would,
We're gonna do that. Put fish in there, rather than easy to fish in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's amazing thinking of the initial work that went in and then the slow road that we all had to go through and then everything getting postponed to where this thing is now. And, you know, as we're up here, we get to see what's happening and new things coming on board.
Yeah.
On and on, and just the use of these facilities is just phenomenal.
well, we had a great new addition, a new part-time addition, but, we got Pam some help with a part-time, kind of events aide, is what we're calling her, and she's fantastic. She's a naturalist, has schooling in that, was actually an interpreter with Charleston County, so we stole her a little bit, and she's been great as far as helping Pam with, Pam quickly built the need for help, so
Yeah.
and she's been able to really just expand the programming just with that addition. So we're gonna keep building off that.
I guess one of the things from earlier in the meeting, I'm a little surprised the pavilion's not getting booked more for big events like weddings and stuff. I mean, you're just not seeing it as much, just lack of people knowing that it's available. I mean, I would think the Charleston Visitors Bureau could probably have that thing booked for a year in advance if that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah. I don't think it's lack of knowing. I think we have a lot of people kick tires. I think the fact that it's open scares some brides away. And for some brides, for some brides, it's the appeal. So, I don't think it's a bad thing that it's open, whatsoever. I will say that we have seen a huge uptick. I think when we see the numbers of this next fiscal year, we're probably gonna be able to at least double them from last fiscal year as far as the rentals of that place. So I think word's getting out. People are being invited to parties at the place, and they're seeing it, and they're saying, whoa, look at this place. So I think, we give it another 6 months, a year, year and a half, and the word's gonna be out, I want my wedding there. I went to this wedding, it was gorgeous, I want it there.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anything else? You guys good? Thank y'all for making the trip. Charles, I know it was a long drive for you. Appreciate you making that drive, bro.
I spent more time in traffic than getting here.
Oh, I bet you did. Did you get stuck behind the combine coming over here?
I should kill 15.
It is
All
a
right,
trip.
well, if there's nothing else, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
We got a meeting date for the next meeting date.
Got what?
We have the next meeting date. Or we're gonna take it as tentative, depending on the.
It should be October the 4th Tuesday of whatever, October, right? Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right, everybody good with that?
Perfect.
All right, I'll take a motion.
I'll move we adjourn.
Monty moves to adjourn. Second?
Second.
You got a second? All in favor?
All right.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you being here.
Austin, you want these back?
Sure, unless you wanna keep them.
Yeah.
5, 6 people. Good.